I was looking at the average a year increase in rent. Oh my God, and I could see say, depending even on the location, your rent could go high between 2022 and 2025. Your rent could go as high as somewhere around from 50 to around 125%. So if that is the case, how are the young people surviving in this country? Randolph, Randolph, Director for Communication and Corporate Affairs, the National Tenants Union of Ghana. How are the young people surviving? If you ever say Nkane, Nanka Mitua 250 Ghana cedis for a chamber and a hall, and there is an average increase of, let's say, between 50 to 125%. It means I'm going to pay triple or quadruple the amount that I used to pay. How am I going to survive? Meanwhile, my income is still staying the same. There hasn't been any increase. That's why the fact that side hustles in the account, but will not be enough to even cushion. How are young people surviving with rent?
Na the edi kan no medenchia bema wetie fo na wahwefo in fact housing akoye issue areho areho because nansen obi frɛ me okoware waye young guy yo we di be 30 waye ni hihye yi na ewie afi ni fira se o 2 dan no almost 50% won't mean yeso move ogusu move afi sika na ode akwa ware no eso nsan konko han dan o han dan wi a afi watimi han dan na wi oba no ma no break akra ta na enye ono nkwa na original line no so obi abefa oba no ko inti. This is how it's impacting people.
That's sad.
And it's the reality.
That is sad.
It's the reality. People are hustling their entire life to parent. And the country ebe nyahuodin, ebe fighting against corruption. A country the health of the people ebe timiesi pino. They can't live that way. Inti one thing say, look at the corruption this will breed for the government. And the government is equally going to use another money aside the kopesi card they are fighting corruption. Share and ye point Jumakra, ye kofie na ye dadrin. Because maybe out on old one, Sabis 1 year lucky nance you can start to say a petty and where we are no. What mean coffee? Because the quality of baby our dano. And yet, meanwhile, abanye one a year na sadi okot na United Nations a year treaties a signing treaties say a year na sadi so be make sure say every Ghanaian will have a decent house, any accommodation. We jada because say ye mayen ye choose obi MCE, DCE, minister, CEO. Yamano accommodation, Yamano the best accommodation. Amani security. Into your need problem. Into your MPs near dear son Kasabi, they are supposed to put themselves together and fight for our lives and the way we should live. No, yeah, them rakoto parliament. Omotete huan no ma sorry if you parliament. Yeah, the Rent Act at 220 koto parliament. At that parliament, last parliament. Ye pushi Tenants Union ye hu bibia ekosia parliamentary committee on housing ye ni ministers abakwa bab obia. It's not a priority. Let us say a bedroom.
So housing is not a priority from what you're saying.
Yes,
you believe that housing is not a priority for any government in this country.
Not any government, because Sabi President Mahama oh my ye ni shia proud to elections. Not that time na housing bill at the parliament. What say and say Obama or parliamentarians I support to na etimia pass. Yeah, say fine. Now we need enough numbers. 8 months in government. Not a single thing has been done about housing. 8 months. Your name Minister of Housing is here. Whatever meetings I see.
What has been the response here from the ministry?
Oh, in fact,
no more.
In fact, 8 months ni ya nante ho me no ka say ne kra ene me ye be minister ho
And then we'll minister
ye be minister ho
to meet on the bill again.
It is on the bill and a whole lot. Housing is a major cry. Hwe ye man ye etimu obeye juma abranti a wesi so esa on bobra no uwi a wasan kukuru ujetre waksan kukuru sabi we savings na e dia come ha landlord e dia come landlady because there is an explorative mood I work country no and because aban taking responsibility bia ba obia baby odinity betu nti no sabi obia take advantage including your agent sabi omo pay dan kura ma everybody is taking advantage inti when na ebre ti memuni no share youth and na me no kase ukọ campuses housing and kola ko school wetimi aboa pesika ede ama no ne hostel fee ontimi ntua edan ya wo campus nchen bia ya de hostel na kwa you see individual you get 4,000 per semester nipa be 8 nipa be 4 nipa be 5 and ewo edan mu den kro no aho we ne ye ne sa no and this is all part of the your corruption na ye breedy and this is the foundation 98.9 it is there can say share your name minister your meetings minister you dey about me can say no hojo yeah any interaction you try say obey but then the agency sabi yetimi ditua aban panifo ka na yetimi allow yeah signing memos no why are we not deploying the same agency in solving the housing situation? We have local materials then aban yeah they empower na yetimi stop the importation of certain materials the cost of housing or building no cost. Your parliament any aban no interest say yeah the housing issues by parliament you be taking a priority now say me ni agbana raise issues bisa ya call President Mahama ni for no ya ni year meetings last year what try so no upon driver issues your housing a major problem and in the workers the problem is that it doesn't mean say oba power onya free accommodation mo no omure fi how a tenant now. That is the question we want to ask. Eti me no ka say na say ye nuanom mebunu eba you create social media ni ade obi aka say
rent must be reduced. That's a hashtag also. But and then you have a statement from a Muamohwa.
Yes.
And if you may permit me, let me read portions of the statement Damodi Abano. And this was dated, is dated 2nd of September 2025. Also, the National Tenants Union of Ghana stands in unwavering solidarity with the National Coalition of Youth Against Higher Rent in Ghana. The rent must be reduced. Hashtag. We commend the courage and clarity of purpose with which the youth have risen to confront one of the most pressing injustices of our time, unaffordable housing and exploitative rental practices. Pressing injustice.
Yes. Then no be bet me a fan saying, "Enfan say a mebunu cry co school. Where we university now kwako national service near post you wako baby. Now your mouse stipends. And I say allowance be I say 800 Ghana or 700 Ghana.
Yes.
Now kwako higher than I said than 1,000 Ghana.
As you see, cannot cry a DTR one and ya de bit me so.
Won't your light bill? Won't your water bill?
The obedin ho.
The obedin ho.
So yaria.
So what you say? Won't mean your savings? Not just say, yeah, wo ba Ghana no was starting oda. I mean a mood. I mean, look at how we are doing, what we are doing to each other. And the issue is that the laws are all manual to jai, rent control, so jai, nafe bibia onyeji jumano. Those who are going to benefit are going to take advantage of it. And one problem you say, probably the presidency, the elite class, and the governance are abaying. They are also exploiting the whole mood.
How?
I had a problem with one big man.
Rent of how?
Yes.
How is the government exploiting
this is
the
because
system?
they have the monies to build big houses, and they are charging in dollars. They are charging in dollars. Mini penny be carrying. Yeah, pushing for your housing issue. Yeah, be. In fact, what the housing bar now say we proud to change. What the housing bar, what the issue, tenant rental, issues about the cost of labor, no proud to change. This is because or no catch them and say sabi or no yet or no near landlord. Inti say or entertain this way now. I mean your issues near the night affect you. Inti imagine or no nurse in any problem. But because say affecting exploitations are all cost until we don't have to bring it on table. That is a personal experience. And today are building the big houses and they are charging in dollars. Meanwhile, me no to me and you and now you can see affordable housing. Look at the affordable housings I see. You are near to my home. You are near for your dollars. And me and to me until the end of the day, look at the corruption. It will be a rented dying or be a hind and almost sending me a friend is saying press statement be what one of the include other ranges. I buy you my phone in a car boom at the press statement about say almost mean to your danka. Into Oko now quack or yes or more service. No or J corrupt or Jessica
because
yes of course.
Also to me by reading it too.
That's one thing so what I say into service and career free no. People are now have to people also have to and it deepens corruption. In fact, fair then soon now a furnace and landlord was the fear 20 years ago. Was the fear 15, 30 years ago. Now if was it yato cement boom. And it means so much to me demo. Chrono no. So what I say?
The landlords into
what basis now they two dino. Then why you dino?
On a rent of semi-quiet fixtures or done, I have to increase to recoup costs.
I was saying, rent control is supposed to regulate that. You don't do it unilaterally. Won't mean cause I won't what to see what I Dano baby say I'm actually intimate a cement acquire into and into what buying no sabi. I was saying fast our custom mount a dying a property, a landed property. Into was saying we no rent control them. Near mao percentage ni rate ebu on my head say the a new factor. You are not allowed to put in any other thing. And none na ye pussy say anka buy no timi rent act no parliament and pushing for the rent act to be passed into law and no regulating all these things. And my rent control ni national house authority no authority to be able to take people up.
Then it means say emabunu so an yesu bebrebe no enya de be kwa kosibi e be kwa kwe bia
anything na National Tenants Union of Ghana ye mobilize ye ho and we are going to give a showdown of a demonstration that it has never happened in even Africa.
Oh, tenant eba be showdown of Ghana.
Oh, somewhere ha. Ye be mobilize over 200,000 people on the street. Ye the omo parliament. Ye be mobilize over 200,000 people on the street. Ye the omo Jubilee House. Because a buying so no buy no sabio bungalows some them free. You can demand accommodation because we can't live in a exploitative country that like that. People must be responsible. That's in your Ministry of Housing. All other agencies are sure must say that their mandates are not being felt by the people. Then in the parliament war, their roles and their role there is to enact important laws for the benefit of the people. But when the important laws that will affect the masses get there, they put it under some your friends say under the drawer. Then people keep suffering. And no near dear ye perceive ye can once.
For the same chapter, my man was because and I said me new dean command it was late, but you agreed to come by the name. Was so as you say what do phone the achieve baby. For the same chapter, so when is that demonstration going to happen?
In fact, currently we are mobilizing. We are forming alliances. We are putting teams, and we are going to put people across the whole country. And it's a national security issue. Into what we are talking about now. And housing currently in Ghana is the first national security issue. Into they should tackle that first. Because yeba and we have the right to demonstrate. We are putting ourselves together, and trust me, and we will need all media houses to be included. Show salary per the friend saying, we are supposed your salary at least 10%, maximum 12% is supposed to go into your rental. I hate and the current.
Big question, officer. The info currency here. Randolph. Kasamafu. Edma. Ghana Tenants Union. The tenants from woman Ghana Mwenano. Omuko Kasia Bakrono. Obviously, we should be looking forward to a massive demonstration. Some massive demonstration. No, yeah, dear. Ojo Dankwa. Bejina movie pa. The name is as in saying, amount for the rent. Higher Randolph. Me no as you.